Oh. Alright, hold on. Just waiting for... Okay, recording. Boom. Are we in yet? Are we in yet? Come on, Facebook. There we go. Or Instagram, sorry. Go live. Fuck yeah. Here we are, guys. Another episode of the Jankety Ass Podcast. Happy, late Thanksgiving. Sorta late. Is this recording? Yes. Okay, we're in. I didn't really bother to, well, I say it's late because it's technically the 1st. Actually, now it's the 2nd of December. Right? But I was busy. Busy with work and dealing with some other stuff, which I'll talk about in a sec. But first thing we want to do, so what do I got today? Today, drinking the Ride On. Damn, that glare is bad. Ride On Tropical IPA by Golden Road. This is a nice one. It's nice and nice, I guess. Anyways, of course, as always, we got the horn. And we'll get that in there. And then we won't really talk about it too much because I know TikTok and some of y'all services don't like this. But I do, and that's all that matters is what I like in this case. Now, what was I going to do? Make sure that I'm also properly live on YouTube. So yeah, first thing, first time we are going live this time. Okay, that's not, wait a minute. What the fuck? That doesn't make sense. What did I not go live on? That's really weird, actually. Oh, there it is. There it is. Make sure I don't have the volume on, just so I'm not demolishing myself. So, for the first time, I'm dying again. For the first time, the Jankety Ass Podcast is live. We're actually streaming this time. Was it YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram? I took off. I didn't bother with Twitch because for whatever reason, whenever I tried to do Twitch streaming, so what happened was before I was just using OBS, and now I finally pulled the trigger on the Streamlabs Ultra, which is it's another thing I got to pay for, but it allows me to multi-stream, which is what I'm doing now. And basically what they're doing is, instead of like having a bunch of different instances of stuff open and just maxing out my computer, I'm just running one signal through Streamlabs' like server room or whatever they got going on there, and yeah, it multiplies out of there, so I can kind of see what's going on. And that means that I also got my viewers here. I got a little chat box over here that'll pop up once somebody gets in here, other than me. And yeah, if you look in the corner over here, I got this little banner with all the different tags for my different socials and Twitch. Still, I left it up there even though I'm not on it right now. But anyways, as I was gonna say, is on Streamlabs. So what they do is it mostly uses like it copies the interface that you have for OBS. So it's kind of like, it's technically a different app or program, but it still does the same thing with added widgets. So like in OBS, I can't add in like the viewer count thing that I got here, or the banners, or the chat screen, the chat box that'll pop up right here once somebody starts typing. They don't have those in OBS, and then there's also other options like I can add in stuff as far as tipping and all that crap. But that'll be for another time. Anyways, this stuff's actually pretty good. Like I said, it's a tropical, so it's got kind of like tropical is basically pineapple, and probably some other. Actually, I wonder if it says. No, because beer doesn't ever have like ingredients listed, which whatever. Also, one thing I noticed that's kind of cool about Streamlabs is, unlike with OBS, where every time I switch between like one of my different shows, so what is it? They in OBS there's like 6 audio channels that you can plug your different audio sources into. And what I always did is I had, this microphone was always on 1, and then my headset was on like channel 4, and then I would save 2 for whenever I was on Zoom, and then like 3 for whenever I had to play something off of the computer, which actually that would just be channel 2 again, but it doesn't do that this time. In this, and the thing is, like, I would have to check each one. I would have to go into settings and do that. But here, it just automatically creates a audio channel in the recording for any one of these that's whatchamacallit, that's active, being used. Actually, I bet it change. I bet it does it for all of them. But in any case, I turned my the desktop. All I had to do was turn the desktop audio off, because otherwise it would pick up. It would pick up from somewhere else. It would pick up because I would have to have my browser open for Instagram to live stream there, but then the audio would be playing through there, so I would be getting like weird delays and stuff like that. But in any case, I figured that out pretty quickly. And I got something stuck in my tooth. Speaking of things stuck in teeth, I got some snacks. Got these little black and white cookies I got from Kelcher's. I made the mistake of just popping a whole one in my mouth, and then the fucking thing was stuck to my roof. To the roof of my mouth, not my roof. Damn, even this one. Anyways, that's your little bit of ASMR for you guys. What have I been dealing with? So, yeah, work-wise, November has been a real wild month. And I'm talking about the whole venue thing. We had a bunch of wild shows. We had a couple of rap shows right at the beginning of November. It was, whatchamacallit. What did we have? It was Chief Keef and Gunna. It was the 4th and the 6th. The second one is the one that was real pain in the ass, because right at the end of the show, there's always stuff with people trying to bring people backstage and yada yada, but we ended up having a brawl at the top of our VIP area, namely right at the top of the steps. And well, that was fun because, as you can imagine, being in a fight, and obviously as guards we don't actually start throwing punches or anything like that. We try to stop them, break them up, pin people down, and get them the fuck out of there. But even doing that is a bit of a trip on its own, and you can imagine that. I wonder if I could see who's on here. No, I can't. Doing that at the top of a staircase is a whole different animal, because I was in charge of. I was sort of leading the backstage area, at least my crew at the time, and then we had to. So I ended up going up there because I heard the commotion, and I see we've got like 3 of our guys, a couple of the outside company that we hired, and I guess like one of the artists or whatever went up there Didn't have any credentials on or any nothing at all. Was trying to bring, some people down. Of course, he couldn't. 'Cause we're like, well, you don't have any of your shit. We don't know who you are. Go deal with it. Instead of that, of course, people started arguing with us, and then so there were some people, got pushy, which always happens with those shows. Those shows, and it sounds wrong to say it that way, but I really do mean it that way in this case. Those fucking shows. And then it turned into, them talking to the tour people, like, hey, why weren't you taking us with you? And then they started trying to brawl each other while we were in the middle. And like I said, this was at the top of the steps. So since I was kind of coming up later, I got in a position where I was actually keeping some of my other team members from like falling down the stairs. And yeah, it was nuts. I don't think anybody got socked, at least on our side anyway. But so that happened, and then there was no after party after that. Fortunately, nobody stuck around because our manager was like, "Hey, all right, everybody's out, get lost." So that was fun, and then later on, kind of like in the middle of the month, at my my downtown venue, we had a Latin show. It was a Pedro Capo, and it was like Latin pop. They get us up there. It's like the whole song and dance. He was an older dude, but it was cool, and it was a seated event, so the whole floor is just plastic folding chairs across the whole thing. And then, right at the end, there was some guys were just, they were putting back tequilas, apparently, just all night. They got in a fight, and I was a stage left guy, because, downtown I'm not a lead. Other people are. Whatever. That's fine. I don't have, like, any ego about that sort of thing. I can do my job. But so I see them arguing. I step over there to try to, like, maybe deal with it, and then they separate, right? And even some of the fans are like, yeah, we got it, they're going, whatever. So I go back to my post, and then the next thing I know, the one just tackles this guy, and they go through all of the folding chairs and go down just like right in front of me. So then of course I'm like, okay, first radio just like, just a fucking fight over here. And then I try to pull this guy off, literally half my size. But the thing is the entire floor was literally just it was just like a flat wet surface covered with folding chairs. That's all I had to stand on. So as soon as the weight shifted a little bit, of course, I went down. And then now I'm in the position where I'm just holding this guy down so that he can't, like, swing on me or anybody else. Because the thing is, like, I can't get up. I can't get, like, a foothold at all, not while also trying to control this person. So I kept with, the control. And I just didn't work. Because I knew my guys were going to come over eventually. And they did. And this guy was, he was drunk and he was just kind of swinging everywhere. And literally, by the time they got him out, because, my spot got taken, and then they're like, okay, you go chill in the patio, which was already closed. And one of our other guys got it, after they pulled the guy off of me, he turned around and pulled one of our other guards' hair. So he was pissed, so we got to cool off for a while. But by the end of it, literally everybody in, like, all the staff had to write, like, a statement about it. Because even some of the stagehands jumped in there and had to start pushing around. And, yeah, it was just a mess in general. Why? What is this? So apparently I guess I am live on TikTok. It's interesting. Oh, but it's not like oh, I see. So I guess TikTok. Well, anyways, that was the end of that story. I had my that was my record so far, is 2 work-related fights that I've had to deal with in 1 month. So, and of course, the busy season's over, so I probably won't have to deal with that again. December's slowing down a bit. Anyways, as I was going to say, I noticed that here on Twitch, Streamlabs, the only chats that I can actually see are Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So in order to see like Instagram, Instagram and TikTok, I have to actually be looking at the thing. Oh, and also apparently Trovo, but I don't even know what that is. So yeah, TikTok chat is in here. Total viewers 199. That's interesting. Oh, because I got like a bunch of different people. Here, let me get in here. Anyways, I got a separate window for TikTok. So I'll type here. Hi guys, thanks for joining and watching! Exclamation. How should I word this? So I'll try to pen eye on this chat. Boom. In. Whatever. Y'all love me. Of course, none of my Instagram friends are on here. Whatever. And what do I have on? Cover letter. I already did that. Anywho. So, yeah, what do I got? I got my snacks. So I got those little black and white cookies, and I already got one left. And then Camembert. No, it was Merlot infused cheese, or maybe the Merlot is just the wrapping, because you could see it's like that maroon burgundy. But it's nice. Kind of reminds me of something. Maybe if I'd looked at the label, I would know. Anywho, so what's going on with you guys? I don't know. I wouldn't even know. I can't even. Nobody's on here. Nobody I know anyway. I got 20 TikTok diamonds. I don't know what that is. Closing this page may disrupt your live. Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna not mess with that. But yeah, anyways, the Streamlab tools they're a little bit limited, so I can't get quite everything on here. And that's okay. In any case. What else? Oh yeah. And as far now that November's, well, now it's December. Now I gotta focus on, the real fun stuff, which is of course this stupid court case that we've had looming with our old landlord, which I've told you guys about at length many times over the last few years here. It's finally going to be happening here on second week of December here. So I've already gone through like a cartridge of ink. I got a bunch of shit I got to print out just because, evidence defense. At the same time, like and this is, it really is just me doing like due diligence, because the thing is, like, I'm like 99.9%, well, 99% confident that like the whole thing's just going to get thrown out. or at least the majority of it, if not the whole thing. But the thing is, obviously, I want to do my due diligence, because the last thing I want is for us to get caught with our pants down and screwed, literally, over something that shouldn't even be. So, but I'm in the process of doing that now. Kind of sucks because printing, well, it takes time and a bit of money, and of course I'm trying to do as much of printing out stuff as I can on my end, because I could send my documents, which I might have to, especially when it comes to the pictures and stuff like that. But the thing is what I don't. What am I trying to say? Oh, yeah. So the color, my printer's been a little wonky lately, just because it is kind of old. It still works just fine, especially with black and white, but the color is there's something wrong with one of the nozzles or whatever, and it doesn't come out right, and it's very slow. And the thing is like the document of pictures that I took, that I have, and our lawyer suggested you should make the images full page. There shouldn't be any discrepancies. But this thing is like 100 pages long, and I'm gonna want at least a couple copies of this, because gotta have like one for the judge, one for us. And the thing is like, if I go to Staples, send them something to print, every sheet of paper is 25 cents. So yeah, 100-page document is like, well, I guess it's not too bad. It's like $25. But then, you multiply that, it adds up pretty quick. So I would literally be paying $50 just to have both of these things. Whereas it is cheaper to do on my own, because like a whole thing of ink, this costs $50, and that's, black and colors. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't, I tried it once, and it was just like, I can't fucking do this right now. I'm gonna try again later. And it also doesn't help that my printer, well, I'm waiting on a new cartridge now, because, aside from the fact that I've already printed off a bunch of shit, this thing, whenever I don't use it for a while, like within the span of a few hours, I guess the ink starts to clog up the nozzles, and then I have to do a head cleaning on the printer, which also, you lose a bit of ink in that process. So it's all just bullshit. I'm not having a good time with that. But good thing is, it's almost over. Will be soon. Ooh. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my neck's really crackly today, and most days. So it's almost over. Speaking of things that are over, one thing I did do is I started using the Streamlabs with Mortal Kombat. The season 9 of the Invasions mode started, and I'm kind of disappointed, because instead of doing a thing with like focusing on another character, apparently now they're just restarting everything. So season 9 was actually just a redo of season 1, which was Scorpion, which sucks, because I already have like almost all the skins that came with that, except for the ones that they're doing now with the Legacies Tower, which I think that's kind of the idea going forward. Although one nice thing is that some of the things that they have in the shop, they brought them back from the previous season, namely all of the well, not some of the things. So literally, they made two new brutalities for each character, and made them so that you could buy them with the like the seasonal credits that you earn doing invasions and stuff like that. So those are all still there. I was lucky enough to I managed to grab like half of them in the last season, along with some of the other skins, which those will come back. Once we get back to what would it be, season 16, I guess. But then there's also kind of some other bad news with Mortal Kombat. So I guess what it sounds like, I don't know if it was a rumor or an official announcement. There was supposed to be a third combat pack coming out after this, but it sounds like Warner Brothers, who owns Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm, they just said no, fuck that, and also we're not. Once this current combat pack is done, we're not paying for anything for this game anymore. Apparently, so like instead of, and you could definitely tell that there's like a lot of the features I think they rushed, and they just didn't do it right. So like, in the beginning you had the shrine, which is you would feed in like a bunch of the gold coins that you could earn, and it would be like 1,000 gold coins, and then you unlock something. I am currently sitting at 500,000 gold coins because there's nothing left to unlock as of like the last 4 seasons now. In fact, I think actually the season of Reptile, which is the first one of Mortal Kombat 1 that I recorded and I put up there. Go look at it. Wow, I was mixing up my show names. Gutsy Ass Gamer. Right here on YouTube and on Instagram and on fucking everywhere else. Well, actually, really just on YouTube. Minus the reels, of course. Yeah, there was like literally one set of things you can buy, and that was just the skins for Quan Chi for the in the story mode, when like you knock him out and put a disguise on him to kind of get through like this festival to play the story. All right, drop the $500 like I did, get a PS5, and play Mortal Kombat, play the story, and then I won't have to explain this to you again. I got other things to explain, but in any case, that was literally the last thing that they had. It was like the six outfits or six palettes for that one outfit, and then that was it. And then every season there was just nothing else. Oh yeah, and they had some extra brutalities for the cameo characters as well. Like one extra because they get 2 through the normal unlocks, but yeah, that's it. So that means that we're going to be getting who are the last 2 guest characters? It's going to be Conan the Barbarian. Not Conan O'Brien, that would be hilarious. But Conan the Barbarian and the T-1000, as in, the Terminator. I'm not looking too much forward to that. I can say it just doesn't. I'm sure they'll be fine, but it just doesn't do it for me. Like in the last game they had RoboCop, which I could get behind that one. Who are the other guest characters? Yeah, that combat pack, it was RoboCop, Rambo, which I didn't like him as much. He wasn't. It sounded like it sounded weird. Like you could very much tell that it was somebody trying too hard to sound like Sylvester Stallone from the 80s. And then of course just the moves and stuff. He wasn't very inspiring, right? And then I forget who the third character in that combat pack was. Oh, I think it was like Spawn, I believe. Yeah. For 11. Yeah. Oh, shit. What just happened? I fucking froze. Hold on. Still frozen. Damn it. Wonder if I can activate. Okay, well that's not helping. Let me... You know what? I'll just cut this right now.